workshop on self-sabotage called Get Out of Your Own Way. And that one has a lot to do with the way we deal with failure, the way we criticize ourselves. Anybody here has noticed that whenever something goes wrong or you do something less to standards, that these voices come in your head going, oh shit, you could have totally done that again, you did it again, and up to using words like stupid, lazy, you're never gonna get it. Yeah, sounds familiar. And in one of the models of the self that I use is that we have all these different parts. We think that we are this one big coherent self, which has all these little sub-selves. And they have different ages, different IQs, different agendas, different things they want for you, different things they're doing in the system. So knowing who's talking and what their deal is actually helps a lot. And most people never even get to that question. Because when they hear that voice in their head, they're like, oh, that's me, angry at me, makes sense, it's calling me an asshole, sure, yeah, I'm an asshole, yeah, I'm lazy, and so actually for me it was really fascinating when I started working with voice dialogue, for example, which is one of the things I've learned. One of the trainings I took is to become a psychotherapist. It was really fascinating when you take one part of the self and you sit it in a chair and you talk to it and you go like, what's your deal? What do you want from me? How are we going along with when you get in my case? And one of the things that I found out was like very counterintuitive. Like you might think that but after doing something less than perfect or making a flop on a date or saying the wrong thing or doing the wrong thing or not getting on time with projects, and the best way to get yourself going would be to listen to that voice to go, hey, you did that again, why don't you, how many times am I going to tell you, you could have started 2 days earlier, you're lazy, you're not getting your shit together, you're never going to get this, rah! And pretty much how many of you can even take it to a loop? I'm not familiar when you can spend half an afternoon beating yourself up for not doing that 7-minute thing earlier. And this is how we often condition in society. Beating yourself up is going to get you doing things quicker. And I was very fascinated by a statistic I found about educating children and animals, like how they learn the quickest, which was they tried negative reinforcement, which self-criticism is a form of negative reinforcement, making the other person feel bad in order to get them to do something. And with children and with animals was a similar effect. It worked real fast at the beginning and then it dropped down and their performance was under base level after a while. So first they started doing that thing out of fear of punishment, being beaten up, being criticized. But then what paid in the long run was their sense of self. So after enough rounds of criticism, enough rounds of punishment, they started feeling that they're worthless or more worthless and less capable of a human being. So they started, so as if it takes these external forces to get them to do that thing because they're not the person that would just be able to naturally do them. And also that they started doing the preferred behaviors only when the person criticizing them was around. So it was not so. In adult life, that started translating to waiting to do something until last moment. Because at that point, the critical voice will come and then they start relying on the critical voice as a way of starting to even get to do things. But it was really fascinating that although most of us think that that would be a way of getting ourselves to get more stuff done, it has the opposite effect. In A, you have less fun doing it. B, you start avoiding the task altogether. And C, you're not thinking that high of yourself as somebody really able, capable of doing that easily anyway. So it becomes like a whole different downward spiral where it takes more and more outer help to get yourself to do this. And actually, if we do get this to focus away from the inner critic, I mean, the inner critic is a beautiful part to listen to for a minute and a half on a good day. It's good to know the bullet points and you did this and this and this wrong as information. A lot of people's inner critics start straight to nasty. Your personhood is wrong. You are a lazy bitch. You are a failure. You will never do this. You know what I mean? And that part of the inner critic is also really important to recognize. Would you ever let a friend speak to you like that? How long are they going to be a friend after that? Would you feel motivated after they give you the speech?
How about a spouse?
Right.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny that the people that are closest to us, like us and our loved ones, actually get away with, or get to treat each other / ourselves the worst? Well, that's a different topic. So that is also good to know that A, we would not keep friends around like that talk to us like the inner critic, and B, wouldn't it be nice to have a voice that actually would be closer to what a friend would tell us that really means well for us, that really wants to motivate us, that really believes in our ability to get that thing done, and really wants to help us go do it, come on, it's going to be fun, versus making us feel bad for, it's been 2 hours and you've been checking your emails again. And the next feeling of, oh yeah, versus, yeah, totally, let's go do this. Which might work again for a few days, but when you start avoiding the whole project, negative reinforcement is your main form of motivation. So if you just if you just come to my workshop, where we're gonna do that in length, with many exercises to help you find appropriate voices or appropriate inner archetypes, appropriate inner places, and really develop them. And also will help you get awareness of when the critical voice becomes what I call virusware. Virusware is pretty much when it does not help the parts of the computer work well and shuts down your self-esteem. And if you just could have a different program which comes in and is there to really see what you need, to really support the feeling that you're having versus criticize you for having it. How different would that be? Think of a project that you've been having a hard time with, that you've been having a negative thing with. Does anybody here have something they've been dragging about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in this master facilitator's course. I beat myself up over it. It's so hard for me. It doesn't come natural. And I think I'm not, very good at it.
Yeah. Does that make you look forward to the next time you're going to be in front of the
No,
camera?
it makes me want to say, why am I doing this? It's taking away from other things I'm doing. I should just quit, yeah.
Right. And then when you do get in front of the camera at the beginning, can you go like, hi everybody, no, you're like, oh, so I'm going to fuck it up again. I'm going to Right, that's what I'm talking about. And wouldn't it be nice to have a different voice going, okay, I'm going to do that thing that I don't know yet how to do, I'm going to learn it. We're all experimenting here, and I'll probably not be perfect, but I'm curious what's going to come out.
Mm-hmm. That would be friendlier.
That would be so much friendlier.
Yeah,
That would be kinder. Right, and that would be a voice that believes that there is stuff in you that is still to come out and show me, mama. Versus the other voice that go, nah, you're just going to show them that thing that you and me know how much you suck. It's so funny, but it's sad. That's how so much of us have so much virusware. And when you remove them, that's the thing, it sucks so much energy, it sucks so much in our self-esteem, and being able to recognize early when we go into the inner critic / put down program and learn to switch as quickly as possible and into the new developed or found or downloaded, as I call it, program. In the workshop I would use a lot of those terms, like software, hardware, emotional software, emotional hardware, emotional virusware, downloading a new voice. Because often we know people in our life that could talk to us the way we often don't even know how to. So we'll get more of that in the workshop. But after learning that, you will find out that you will stop dreading a lot of those really often we dread the things that would help us grow the most. Anybody knows that? And the more you care, the more you dread it. And the more precious it is to what you really want to express, the more you're like, oh, I cannot make a fool of myself. So that would be one of the things they're going to change. Wouldn't it be nice to look forward to the things you really want to express, and look forward to maybe failing, maybe not, but trying. And then you'll find out that you will have much more time really focusing on what you want to express versus on all the ways to not screw up. And you will walk around with a whole different feeling about your life.